Hello and welcome. It's my cat purring right into the microphone. Yeah. Hello and welcome. It is Wednesday, 24th of April, 2024. Just gone 2:32 a.m. And even though we have cloud cover, CEST, I should say. So according to the systems we have available, it's just the full moon has just been at its peak about 40 minutes or so, and I was figuring out the degrees seen from Earth and figuring out the why the date and time differs, and it seems that it doesn't matter. The degree doesn't change. And with this, you may have heard of the Sabian symbols, and there are various systems. I do not wish to in any way disregard any of the programs and systems we have to support us in understanding the sacred language of whichever logos, so the astrology logos, or numerology, or anything that supports us in understanding our journey as a multidimensional consciousness, taking part in this story, his story or her story, or And it's funny how in different languages is la historia, la historia. Also it's die, meaning her story in other languages. So how does it matter? And certainly there's a lot of influx of light happening because this physical electromagnetic beingness is sensing the, let's call it changes in atmosphere, and is wide awake. It seems the mental plane is very animated and at the same time certain physical memory points, let's call it that way, are animated as well. And reflecting upon the journey in life and exchanging with a family member, a rare occasion, and honoring each being's wisdom. And the discussion was about asking about the why, and that the why question according to one viewpoint isn't helpful. And personally, yeah, there may be many things we never will be able to answer in one lifetime. Mm, Yet following the trail of our own personal path. The reason to ask about the why is the wish to work on any blockages or resistances or conditioning or well, it is a quest to improve one's life or also affect the lives of others in a positive way. And I'm fully aware that using words such as positive is a viewpoint from this now moment human understanding. Also acknowledging that it is a time of deep transformation and changes. In a way, like it's always been, but there are, however, circumstances that this person would love to be able to change. And whilst acknowledging that life is this in and out breath and those spaces in between. At the same time, understanding that, trusting in the process of life is part of this journey. Trusting that there is air to breathe, that the natural anatomy or the natural reflexes, the natural workings of our anatomy is functioning and sustaining us in this very moment. That at the same time, there are inventions or technology like microphone, loudspeaker, that what's called the World Wide Web, the ability to record this voice that then can be uploaded and listened to by interested others that press a button or say a command, and the different technologies that have recorded voice and how much wisdom we may have lost because the voice was not recorded or the scriptures were not found. And then, yeah, or the books, whatever, or the formulas, the writings changed. Nevertheless, we do have our own being as a record keeper. And our own body has a natural ability to self-heal. And while life on Earth has changed in many ways, there are some things that do not change. So what is slowly being presented is that we are in a moment in time and space when it things are happening simultaneously. As an example, we notice because our body is giving a signal, a physical ailment, and while we do so, the potential to heal this very thing that most likely has been deep inside of us coming to the surface, to be witnessed, to be hugged, unconditionally loved, and obviously it's the body's way of talking and pulling energetic focus to that area. So if all is energy, if we have the ability to self-heal, maybe we need to ask that body part, what is it that you need right now? So then we use our breath, focus our intention and our attention, and simply breathe. Focus the breath on going into that area. And maybe there's another area and another one. And what I can share is the moment I focus the breath on that area. The apparent tightness loosens. It feels that in breathing into it, directing the breath into it, the cellular structure is changing. And then I now intentionally wish to invoke trust. Trust in the ability of the innate, aeons old, ancient ability that this multi being, but in this case, the physical body, has an ability to heal. What does healing mean? To restore the original blueprint, the the healthy regeneration of the cellular structure as encoded in we call it DNA, but that's a very limiting viewpoint because it describes a chemical cluster or chemical chain of human description. And even if we assume all of the knowledge is intuited, inspired, and channeled, it still is only a very limiting label. If we now take one of those points where the body is speaking, and we move our observation slightly outside the physical body and follow the trail of something to manifest in the physical body, there needs to be an energetic connection. And so if we see it maybe like a bubble going into what many refer to as a light body. So let's say it in a less denser there seems to be a bulge or a change in the auric field, let's call it that way. And there may be a memory attached, like maybe one had a fall or something similar, and therefore is still this energetic body. And so it appears to be a kind of like a balloon or like a bubble or like a bulge in the aura. And now normally you would be able to have a hands-on session or any kind of energy work done. That's a big word for many different things. And one can use, if you can reach that area, palm of your hand, and then it may register as a tingling or heat. And there's no need to touch the physical body. It's enough to be on that bubble area where there is a change in the light body structure. So, and we are now going to ask the energy. We're keeping it very neutral. We can ask in our words that we know that feel right. I please request from the cosmic light that we all are, guidance on how to support self-healing of this area in my beingness that is signaling and wishing attention from me. Please asking pure, supportive, benevolent action of the frequency that is required for this area. You may name it, to be healed now. Thank you. Maybe you get information of something that may be supportive. And you may get a word. I got vitamin C, and I got that this aids in any reduction of inflammation in this case. So we could now go and get that, but also what we can do is we're asking for the energy of vitamin C, or maybe you got another information. We tap into the energy field. So may I connect to the energy field of vitamin C. In this case, I use the word homeopathy because it has a energy signature for a couple hundred years, and it has to do with a carrier of information, of a formula, of a resonance, of an energetic code, if you want to say. So I'm using slight acupressure on the area, and now I'm intentionally connecting with the living body of what is behind the true and pure beingness of vitamin C. May I infuse with my intention, with the help of the multidimensional energetic consciousness, for vitamin or vitamin C to be intentionally transferred into this spot via my intention, via my energetic connection, via, in this case, pressure of 2 fingers, 3 fingers, 1 finger onto this area, and infuse it with this compound, speaking to the body of vitamin C to please be induced. And I'm also asking that please if I need that tomorrow during the day when I am getting some food shopping, that I'll be guided to those items that have natural vitamin C in them, or that I will have more clues what kind of vitamin C in which form to use. And I'm also asking that if there's anything else that may be beneficial, it will be shown to me, I will be guided, and I open this possibility up now. So for the rest now, breathing into this area, the vibration of vitamin C. I'm also being given that I can connect with the veg flowers. Now they come under basically is flower essences. They don't need to come from one person or one description. It is the so-called emergency drops have got 5 flower essences, and we would like to connect with these 5 flower essences. And breathe them into this area. You will notice a change, and you will notice when you have enough of this personal intention and attention. what is being shared is that there is an influx of call it light, call it energies, and the reason why certain symptoms appear is because the influx of light that seems to come from the inside. Everybody may experience this in a different way. It may come directly through some of the energetic conductors. Every single cell is that, but obviously traditionally it's been the endocrine or the spinal fluids or the chakra area or the so-called Kundalini rising, which has to do with the 8 fetal cells that are activated through the energetic flow, and some see this coming through the crown chakra, going all the way through the body, and then into the so-called chakra, that chakram. And in other places, it may be a circular movement going the front of the body and then the back of the body. Whichever techniques works. Right now, it was coming from the connection. It was coming from, let's call it the new electric magnetic field, because it doesn't function like the old way. It doesn't function in this old plus minus zero polarity thing. It is all changing. And now the body is asking for a time of integration. And I would like to set the intention that I am open to receive different frequencies and different consciousnesses to support the self-healing of these signaled areas in this physical body and beyond. I'm welcoming any insight, any consciousness, any knowledge, any knowing, any wisdom, to guide me to those things in life in my vicinity that are supportive. And I am also asking kindly to have the resources to engage with supportive measures, may that be in form of food, supplementations, or any kind of energetic body work. May I be guided to the practitioners with that skill. Or if there's an alternative, such as connecting to a tree or to sitting on the earth, or realigning with that blueprint of myself that is in existence, I'm open to be guided to this. Thank you. And so it is. I am not getting a healing circle as normally. What I am being guided to share is that simply thinking of your loved one, simply being in the vicinity of your loved one, and because these energies are just so different and special and unique right now, focusing or just the intention, being open to the possibility for instant healing to take place simply because the consciousness is acknowledged as part of our being. We are able, and we are now asking, and we don't even have to say the words, to the highest good of all, etc. Like we used to do this. We simply may I kindly ask for support of self-healing for the loved ones in my bio family, in my friends and family, in my acquaintances, in my beloved pets and animals around me, in the ground I walk on, in the soil my food grows. May I ask for rebalancing to the original, unique, healthy, perfect blueprint. And may I ask for spontaneous healing for those that I happen to know in this life, with the intention to support their individual unique path. And may I trust that because they're coming into my field, because I have the impulse to think of them, I am connected to them by my heart and my beingness and the many multidimensional connections in this life, that automatically this is the impulse to trust that it is absolutely okay to do so, just as it is absolutely okay to send somebody well wishes, to send somebody love, and simply due to the love connection, it is not in any way meddling. It is simply trusting the intuition and the inspiration and the impulses, and trusting that the new energies do not have duality. Therefore, there is no shadow. Therefore, there is no power over or disempowerment, because all that is in the new energies is pureness, truth, pure consciousness, pure love, absolutely no agenda, no lies, no ego, no ulterior motive. It is just like how you wish somebody a good day. how you say good morning, how you say it is acknowledging their uniqueness, their ability to self-heal, and their beingness as a unique individual energy. And with each one having unique individual talents, it is simply offering this with another person, to another person, to another being. Uh, and why? Well, the why in this case is because we are, as human, we are naturally compassionate and empathetic, and therefore the flow of energy happens naturally, whether this is in writing, whether this is in speaking, whether this is in thinking, whether this is in well-wishing or contemplation or focusing. I would so much like to have a different word than praying and meditating because it is different. Yeah, lovingly sharing. This is why these tune-ins are called sharings on many levels. Let's breathe. So the visual that is being shared is it's not egg shaped yet, it is oval. It's an oval shape in a very special pure whiteness that is semi see-through, therefore it is transparent. But it is milky white, so just so opal type, and being asked to place each loved one into this. So let's focus on each loved one in the order of who requires the supportive energy for self-healing the most. And you may wish to place your home or the room you're in into it. And the homes of your loved ones. It's not important on the the home is where they currently are, even if it's a tent or a van or they're in a room temporarily, then we include that. I'm getting the energy of all hospitals of this world, just as a energetic concept, as the old hospitals weren't called hospitals, but there where you could open the windows, where those that are in beds were able to go onto the terrace into the sun, that where they used pure lavender and linens, and where there was true heart care, where it was acknowledged that the care was given by those who specialized in caregiving and not by diagnostic tools and so on, where the natural elements. We have a lot of places that have the word bath or spa or springs or BAD, and in terms of the bath, in terms of curare, cure, the healing, meaning there were places where you went for water or air, where you went for special springs, to bathe, to breathe, to drink the water, to walk in the gardens, and there are many other words for it in every languages, talasso or yeah, what springs, whatever. It is the point that many places and cities have still this name. So we come for a long tradition of energetic healing. It's just that it went via the landscape, via certain crystals in the mountains, via certain flora and fauna, and via certain ocean or lakes or rivers or springs that had healing waters. In fact, every single village, every single mm, power plays always had a spring, and often now there may be building on it from whatever supposedly yeah organization that supposedly was closer to God. We're not judging this, we're not dismissing that. What will be revealed is that the places of particular energy points in the earth will show itself. However, every every landmark, every part is special. Therefore, going back to our loved ones and their homes, replacing this oval white new frequency energy around their home, particularly around their place where their bed is, but basically their home. Their mode of transport as well. And I am being intuitively guided to share with you that we also ask for our loved ones to connect with their natural intuition, that they'll be guided by their own being, but the pure state of being before any conditioning, indoctrination, or disconnection could take place, because this is an innate wisdom that used to be absolutely normal practice, because each family had their particular connection, particular skill, and always it included the ability to lay on hands, the ability to find the right herbs, and so on. And this goes for any human situation, any situation at all, because we have all lived, including all animal kind, nature, and all beings that were part of our life. We all have lived here. Aeons, eons, and a few thousand years cannot diminish that wisdom. It is the natural resources that, when living here on this planet, in this solar system, in this galaxy, for every question there is an answer, and for any condition there is a solution. And so apart from the fact that we are talking of the times when there were no conflicts and when there were natural laws that meant any form of community or society was for life, supporting each other. There wasn't this type of separation and lack of that we are supposedly having naturally. Humans support each other, animals support each other, the energy supports us. That is what is meant with trust. Okay. Well, there's a lot of movement in some of the energy centers. I am asking, I'm, I am asked to ask you if you have anything that wasn't considered right now where you would welcome support. So this oval energetic shape, which is like a well almost, like a healing water well, like a connection to all. Is there any area in your life you would wish support with right now? Then please place your item, your words into this. I'm calling it the healing circle. I am asked to include on behalf of humankind, that we enter into a true era of abundance. With abundance is meant supportive, um, situations, meaning an abundance of friends, an abundance of knowing and wisdom, an abundance of exchange, an abundance of someone who knows something that we may need to solve something, an abundance of kindness, an abundance of compassion, and an abundance of time to do the things we love, an abundance of resources to follow our projects that we wish to create. So an abundance of creativity and an abundance of peace with this. So this is what is meant with abundance. It means the true components of what humanity stood for. Caregivers, caretakers, empathic, non-interfering yet supporting, and passing on these ancient it is an ancient culture without wanting to use the word culture. I'm calling it the ancient ability to be what it means to be a human person within this spectrum of natural law and nature and animal kind and elementals and weather patterns and so on. Or we were fully aware of our connectedness, and with this, our self-empowerment. We are an abundant, we are used to an abundant way of life. So, thanking all for sharing, thanking all for kindly listening, trusting that what was shared on behalf of intuitive guidance is supportive to anyone who hears and listens to it, and trusting that is supportive for the air, the land, any energetic connection with any frequency beings in all dimensions, and thanking the wisdom, intuition, energetic presence that was shared today, and being thankful and grateful for able to record this and having established the energetic blueprint here and now. Thanking all my beloveds, thanking all my four-leggeds, and thanking all of nature, and thanking those who share my daily life, and thanking you for the inspiration to show up So be it. And this is blue on behalf of trust. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Blue, blueroom.org. Thank you.